If the Gita is there, focus only on Gita. All else is just stories. Gita is not a story. Gita is a philosophical document of the highest order. It is not storytelling.
At the end of a crazy moon night, the love of God rose. There is nothing in nature which doesn't take you closer to your center. This must be understood. Why is it said and heard that the rishis would go to jungles for meditation? Why is it so that the distressed mind moves towards nature for peace? At the center, there is nothing except peace. And then there is the first layer, the layer of the physical universe, the layer of the trees, the animals, the moon, the river, the flesh and the blood. And then man builds another layer over it, which is the layer of abstractions, ideas, concepts, social formulations, language. Distressed by all that, man wants to return to his center. And when you would return to your center, what is it that you would find? There is a center, and then there is a circle of physicality, which is not man-made. And then there is all that is man-made. From the man-made, when you would go to the center, what is it that you would first encounter?
Peace and security.
Yes, but before you reach that center, what lies in between? Between society and the center, what is it that you would meet? The nature, the natural layer. Which means that when you are going to the natural layer, you are going closer to the center. Do you see this? From the external social layer, when you go to nature, you are actually not going to nature, but going closer to your center. That is why the company of nature provides all of us with peaceful experiences. There is nothing special in nature. It is just that nature is closer to that which gives peace. So you get peace by proxy. So you get peace in an indirect way. Are you getting it? The river reminds you of your origins, not in a conscious way, not by way of thought, but in a very subliminal way. The forest, the moon. That is the reason why the moon makes all of us go crazy. We very well know that the word lunatic is related to Luna, moon. Moon means that which will make you go crazy. It is impossible to not to go crazy under the full moon. The moon activates a memory of our source, our center, our Father. And I'm repeating, it is not a conscious memory. It is not a memory of the same quality as you have a memory of your email password. It is not a memory of that kind. It is some other memory. I would rather say it is a non-memory. When you look at the moon, you forget other things. So it is, in some sense, a loss of memory. That is why the world calls it craziness. You are forgetting everything, including your roles, responsibilities, identities. The world will say you have gone mad. But it is divine madness. May more be blessed with such madness. So at the end of a full moon night, the love of God arose. At the end of Prakriti lies God Himself. Go into the words again. At the end of the full moon night, at the end of that crazy night, arose the love of God. Is that what Lalla is saying? Is that what she is saying? At the end. Comes God. At the end of nature lies God. Do you see this? Now what does it mean to us? It means that those who are afraid of nature are actually being afraid of God. Because it is impossible to go close to God while not being close to physical nature. Which means that those of us who are not at peace with their bodies will never ever be close to God. Do you know what it means to be at peace with your body? It means to be at peace with your basic I-ness. It means that you are not looking at others, at the society, at ideas to fulfill that which is physical. Remember that the constituents of society are all natural from Prakriti. What are the constituents of society? What constitutes society? People. Now people are like animals, physical beings. But still, society is something more than people. What is it? Rules, regulations, ideas, concepts, language, identifications, nationality, religion, good and bad, morality. Which is not people, which is not nature, which is abstract. To be afraid of the body means that I am shying away from flesh and blood and moving into mental activity. It means I am not prepared to move my body. I would rather move my thoughts and intellect. Have you met people of this kind? They would usually be this fat. Armchair intellectuals. Now this fellow is not at all like a beast in the jungle. He is very much social, for all intellect is social. God will elude this man. The one who is not one with nature cannot be one with God. In fact, that is the sign of the saint. Inside, he is one with God. Outside, he is totally one with nature, naked, free, like a child, like the moon. If you cannot roam free like a child, then rest assured you would never find the peace of God. Nakedness, both in the physical and the mental sense, should come very naturally. You have cultures in which physical nakedness is a taboo. People wear unnecessary layers of clothing, and you have cultures where mental nakedness is a taboo. There people might be totally nude, yet their minds are so very armored and covered. They may expose their bodies, but they will never expose their minds. Even in moments of physical union with their lovers, it is the bodies that will go naked. The minds will never be denuded. They will expose their bodies to each other, but will never expose their minds to each other. The minds must remain vaulted. We know of this story, don't we? It is our story. How difficult it is to really expose the mind. Is it not? It is far easier to disrobe yourself and expose the body. The man of God, first of all, is prepared to expose this. And after that, he is also no more afraid to expose this. Because the fear of exposing this is just a fear of exposing this. They are one. Are we getting this?
That's why sometimes the saints get like mind raped, because the world is not prepared for this exposure.
Yes, yes. One fellow who is living totally exposed shows us that it is possible to live fearlessly. He is exposing all his vulnerability. You can hurt him, and yet he is living the risk of getting hurt, but is not prepared to give up the heart. He says, all right, I'll rather get hurt, but I will not hide the heart. And a beautiful thing happens. When you are prepared to get hurt, then that which gets hurt is prepared to go. Do not forget that it is only your self-concepts that get hurt. When you are prepared to get hurt, that small self has already gone. How can you get hurt now? There is always something within you that gets hurt, right? That thing itself is no more. It exists only with your patronage. You have withdrawn the patronage, it is gone. Now you cannot be hurt. I repeat that I am talking of these things because I know that none of us are novices. Very few of us belong to this place. We have come from the various corners of this country or the various countries of the world. So we do have an internal sense of the right. Yet we are still lost in searching just because fear holds us back. My job is not hence to teach the scriptures. My job is not hence to tell you of the spiritual jargon. Most of us already know enough of that. My job is to talk of that and take that down, which makes our feet heavy. Yes. Now you do not need knowledge. Now you must let action happen. You have enough knowledge. Drop some of the redundant knowledge and let action happen now. When will action happen? Or do you want to become theologians? Yes, who know a lot but live nothing. When would you live all this? Huh? Or do you want to have God only in the head, not in your life? How can one embrace an armored tank? Can you see how weird it would look? Somebody is trying to hug a tank.